Good afternoon. This is Dr. McDaniel. It's Sunday, July 14th, and it's a nice day here in New Jersey. Let's see. We went to see the movie. What is it? Spider-Man: Far From Home today. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. Not as good as the other Marvel films that I've seen in the recent years, though. So I guess my expectations were a little bit higher than maybe they should have been. But I enjoyed it. It was entertaining, which obviously is the goal. And I recommend it. I recommend it to any Marvel film fans. Let's see. As the title indicated, so that's my intro. This is Spider-Man movie. Now I'm going to move on to the actual scenario here. So I'm talking about follicular cysts today. This is Dr. McDaniel coming from GYN Corner, and I decided to speak on follicular cysts because most women think that if they're told they have a cyst of the ovary, it's a bad thing. It's something that's a medical problem, medical issue, and they're very worried and upset that they've been told they have a cyst on their ovary. But there are certain cysts of the ovaries that are totally normal. Follicular cyst is one of them. A follicular cyst is what we call a functional cyst. Sorry, my shoulder's killing me today. I broke this left shoulder a couple weeks ago. Sorry. A lot of pain today. So a follicular cyst is a cyst that we call a functional cyst. It's one of the functional cysts of the ovaries. It's a cyst that allows the ovary to function in its reproductive capacity. So it allows one to potentially get pregnant. Okay, that's not working. Let's see. A follicular cyst is called a follicular cyst because it contains a follicle, and a follicle is an egg. It's a representative of an egg of the ovary, so it allows one to be able to potentially get pregnant. And it's produced in the first half of the menstrual cycle. So the brain produces hormones that tell the ovaries to start producing an egg. We count the first day of the menstrual cycle as day one of the cycle. And for most women who have a 4-week cycle, then usually around day 12 to 14, but on average anywhere between days 10 and 16 they will ovulate. A follicular cyst is a pocket of liquid, because a cyst is a pocket of liquid that contains the egg or the follicle, and around days 10 to 16 when ovulation occurs, that follicle is released. In order for the follicle to be released, that cyst has to rupture or pop. So what occurs is the brain tells the ovaries to produce eggs. It produces several eggs. They kind of compete. There's a competition to see who's going to win the ovulation race. And on average, the egg gets to around 18 to 22 millimeters. So about the size, around between an inch and a half or so large or in diameter before it pops or bursts or releases the follicle, the egg, for ovulation to allow impregnation, to allow pregnancy to occur. Now, when the egg starts to get to around the ripe dimensions of 18 to 22, usually a surge of hormones occurs. So a surge of estrogen and a surge of progesterone, and that's what sparks the rupture or the release of the egg. Now, predominantly, only one egg wins the race. So one egg, one follicle becomes dominant and is popped open. That's why most women only have one baby when they get pregnant. They have a single pregnancy. Occasionally, 2 eggs will win the race, or 2 cysts, 2 follicles will win, and they'll release both eggs, and that's how you get fraternal or non-identical twins, unless there's infertility help medications that's inducing multiple eggs to be released at one time. But naturally, it's usually just one egg and occasionally two. If someone has an identical twin pregnancy, then that was one egg that divided into halves. That's why the two offspring are identical. They come from the exact same one egg that was produced by that follicular cyst. Now, occasionally someone will have what we call a symptomatic functional cyst, and that means that they're having symptoms from the effects or feeling the effects of that cyst. That's normal. It's supposed to be there the first half of the pregnancy in order to produce an egg, but it's usually that it's getting so large, or it's starting to leak, or it has ruptured to release the egg and they have symptoms from it. As I mentioned, on average the cyst gets to around 18 to 22 millimeters, so about 1.5 inches up to 2 inches. Occasionally it will double or even triple in size, and it'll either double, triple in size, not rupture at all, or it'll double, triple in size, and then it will release the egg or rupture or burst. Now, if it does not rupture at all, then oftentimes women will come in feeling achy, pressure, discomfort, pain when they urinate, pain when they have a bowel movement, pain with intercourse or any kind of exercise. That's because they have that heavy cyst sitting there, and that's usually it can get, on average, when they start having symptoms like that, 5 to 6 centimeters, which is about the size of an orange, even potentially a grapefruit. It gets heavy, and they start to have discomfort, ache, pressure, and especially with activities. If it starts to leak, it doesn't actually fully rupture and release the egg. That fluid in the belly will start to cause exquisite pain or sharp pain, discomfort. They'll go to the emergency room, or they'll see their physician, primary care doctor, or gynecologist because of pelvic pain, worsening with activity because that fluid is jostling, or worsening with intercourse for the same reason. If for whatever reason it gets to be that large, double or triple its usual size, and it ruptures, they're going to have a burst of sharp pain because all of that fluid contained within that cyst that was produced in the egg popped and was released into the pelvis all at one time. It's exquisitely painful. They're going to be doubled over in pain. They're going to go to the emergency room because they can hardly move, and they'll be evaluated for potentially an appendicitis, intestinal problems, and also for a ruptured cyst or ovarian cyst, or bleeding, because occasionally those cysts will bleed when they pop and they've gotten to be that large of a size. So a follicular cyst is what we call a benign cyst. It's not a health issue. It's a normal cyst. It's a functional cyst because it allows our reproductive system to function, and it contains an egg or a follicle that has to be released if someone's going to be able to reproduce. So I'm going to stop there, and I'll continue this stream of information tomorrow, Monday the 15th. This is Dr. McDaniel at GYN Corner. Thanks for watching. It's Sunday afternoon. Very nice Sunday afternoon here in New Jersey, New York tri-state area. And let's see, please, as usual, check out the YouTube channel, GYN Corner on YouTube also. There's a link on this Facebook page. And check out the website for the office. It's Midtown GYN. And there are links for the Facebook, the YouTube on our website. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you for joining me. Bye.